Yo, motherfuckers dropping addies like it ain't nothing. Don't make no sense. You ain't gotta tell them where we at. Yeah, you ain't gotta tell them where we at. This not where you belong. It's shit that's going on. I'm still trying to do right, but we be doing wrong. Motherfucker, yeah. You ain't gotta tell them where we at. Yeah, you ain't gotta tell them where we at. Alright, that's not where you belong. This shit that's going on. I'm still trying to do right, but we be doing wrong. Motherfucker, yeah. Low key, I'm just trying to be low key. I'm just trying to be low key. I'm just trying to be low key. Shit be holy. Dropping the addy. Locations on Google Maps for the beach for all of the baddies. Your kids be calling me daddy. Bitch, I'm a doggy, no lassie. I'm a pimp bitch, not a Simpson, but your girl be calling her Maggie. She only want God to be happy. Don't make me sing, man. In the kitchen naked like a ring range. Archangel, Uriel, gon' brain change. Bitch, I wrote a Bible like I'm King James. But I'ma tell you now, motherfucker, you ain't really no king, man. The whole world gotta choose a side, and it's way more than a yin yang. Wait, you know me? I don't think you do. Oh, me? Tell me what it do. OG, they told me stay low key. I'ma tell you ain't gotta tell them where we at. Yeah, you ain't gotta tell them where we at. This not where you belong. It's shit that's going on. I'm still trying to do right, but we be doing wrong. Motherfucker, yeah. You ain't gotta tell them where we at. Yeah, you ain't gotta tell them where we at. This not where you belong. This shit that's going on. I'm still trying to do right, but we be doing wrong. Motherfucker, yeah. Low key, I'm just trying to be low key. I'm just trying to be low key. I'm just trying to be low key. But shit be holy. You got me, I got your back. Look, we in this together. No one really got your back. So get your shit together. Taking too much for the past, but shit been getting better. So much shit I gotta laugh, cause I was getting cheddar. Now I can see why you laugh, because your picture had her, cause she was leaving your ass right in your Christmas sweater. Don't make me be on your ass. That's when you getting pressure. You'll never reach where I'm at. Bitch, I'ma live forever like G-O-D. Pull up on a creep, she chose me. Why the fuck are you so deep? I'm just tryna be low key. Yeah, you ain't gotta tell them where we at. Yeah, you ain't gotta tell them where we at. This not where you belong. It's shit that's going on. I'm still trying to do right, but we be doing wrong. Motherfucker, yeah. You ain't gotta tell them where we at, bitch. Yeah, you ain't gotta tell them where we at. This not where you belong. This shit that's going on. I'm still trying to do right, but we be doing wrong. Motherfucker, yeah. Low key, I'm just trying to be low key. I'm just trying to be low key. I'm just trying to be low key. But shit be holy.
No limit. Sad Cash Money. Throw me on the verses. Throw me on the verses. That was actually a good verses. Who put that together? That was actually a good idea. Like, I used to sit back and think about it. Like, that was actually a good idea. Who put that together? You know what I'm saying? Somebody about to get paid. Somebody about to get paid. Versus. Now, I want to break down some curriculum and stuff like that for all my up-and-coming musicians. You could be an actor. You could be an actress. You could want to be a comedian, right? There's a lot of things that don't necessarily jump through with having a scholarship or sports-based, but it's things that you may develop on your 1-2 living life that becomes things that people could put their eye on, hit that with the laser, and start to capitalize. And before you know it, you done got used and abused, transmuted, energy then got formatted and then put on somebody else, and then we got Vanilla Ice. Now we got Vanilla and Vanilla. You know, I said we got a lot of, the original industry plant cosplayer energy and stuff like that. So, before you get washed in the sauce, you need to understand this too. A lot of times you may not know what's going on, or you may be feeling like you're talented, but may can't get from point A to point B due to the fact of it goes a little bit beyond nepotism. A lot of times it's just based on fraternity, sorority, connection, cult, brotherhood, sisterhood. You know what I'm saying? Feds. It's all really the same thing. But once you look at these kind of curriculums, you start to see like, okay, when I was doing what I was doing, in any type of situation that went beyond whether someone locally with a passion coming together with their people, or even a drug dealer, or however the case may be. We know any other representation that came from a circumstance was applied by either a college student when it comes to a party, or the police department when it comes to creating an event, or allowing someone to do the block party or whatever the case may be, and just overlooking it so it don't be no chaos after it. And however, and then for the most part, when celebrities come, or so I'm from the hood, especially where I'm from, 70% of the time, which rise not a lot of rappers that come here, is because some of us is bringing them here. But when you get to certain cities where college is potent, that's going to be the little funding system that also the police run through, right? That also just create the platforming for people that's in certain classes in college to go ahead and be in these positions, to already have a platform laid out for these things to take place on native lands. So a lot of history, all you got to do is kind of look back at a person's college, right? So you kind of know, or art school. So you kind of know how P. Diddy is in his position, right? Why he would be overlooked, why he would be looked over the talent he's being used to go get, or from the urban areas or whatever, or people like Little John, where he would be seen as scouting. Scout. This is like a new remix Scout energy where you just do it amongst your own people and you ain't got to deal with Native Americans no more kind of concept. You know what I'm saying? So it's still the same way for a white man to get rich, but at the same time, use you niggas. And before you know it, you've been seeing people twerking in Atlanta videos. Way long time ago, you seen men twerking it. Oh, so we not about to sit here and act like we don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what I'm talking about. All right. Get ready for the intellectual class tonight, right? This regular bull crapping around and stuff like that. But, just to put things in perspective. And the reason why I put the thumbnail the way is up there because, a lot of us got older brothers and stuff. But we might be a little bit more intelligent. So we're able to see things in a perspective that they wasn't able to see. But they still had these same type of arguments. How did Kanye West win? And we ain't buy Kanye West record, or Kanye West might have won, but I don't know. Something seemed weird. It looked like it's being pushed in the area 50 Cent ain't being pushed at. And we can see this in a whole lot of other areas too, right? Even though by this time 50 Cent had the team to go ahead, for their handlers to go ahead and play that game amongst themselves to get money. So, 50 Cent must have been funding the feds a long time ago anyway, but that's a different story. And we ain't hating on nobody. We ain't even hating on the feds. Get your money. You know what I'm saying? I'm just making sense for, people that's up and coming and individuals that's already in the game, but they don't get that push. And then they start to blame it on maybe they don't got that industry deal, or maybe this 360 ain't working right or whatever. It really ain't got nothing to do with none of that. It's just you either going to be feeding somebody in college, and based upon the college, that's based upon the colonist descendants of how they're eating and how they're looking at who's going to be the future slave that the descendants and the descendants and the descendants and the descendants and the descendants could go ahead and still get rich off of. So it ain't Beyonce no more, C beyond he, and then it ain't Jay-Z no more. Is Jay or Zoe or whatever the same be. You know what I'm saying? Maybe ZJ or something like that, or you know what I'm saying, Whole E or whatever, Whole Va or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's just pay somebody some money. I said that's pretty much about to be it and things of that nature when it comes to them type of circumstances. But here's the thing, right? Before we even get into those energies and stuff like that, right? So I don't want people to be depressed and you trying to get your one too, especially the severe psyop being played online right now. Once upon a time, things was being looked at as discovering individuals, but there was a lot of test runs being ran in other areas that, you're just by like prisoner of war kind of situation, or sacrifice by default, where your talent got swallowed up and used for other things and data and stuff like that, especially when it comes to deep fake web and stuff like that. So to the point that the whole thing ain't about you making it out somewhere like everybody else had a chance to. And there's a whole type of remix version going on right now. So within that circumstance, right, you're not even in the right world or the right mind frame that is enough talented people in the world, especially in powerful positions. There's a lot of nerds and perverts and stuff like that. So it's a bunch of other stuff going on. Then everybody is just going by the wayside, especially when it comes to creativity. So, you could probably have the best script in the world. There's no situation or no type of platforming or a group of people that you could go across and create a whole new Sundance Movie Awards or whatever the case may be. Now it's about how well you can engineer this deep web AI Sora type situation, and you somewhere just getting fat and looking sick. And then for the most part, when it comes into the actual creativity, you ain't really got no life experience to even have it fruitful. So it's just you remixing some history shit, and I wish I shoulda, coulda, woulda, like Homeboy the comedian, but you just doing it in your own way because you got Sora 2 that they just gave you and shit like that. Remember that? It ain't like you about to sit somewhere and make a new video game for us. We don't want to watch none of them weak ass movies. And motherfucker ain't nothing better than the pain, the sweat, the time it takes. That's energy itself, regardless of how bad or how good the quality of a movie, game, music come out, right? The energy behind it is the experience. You can't just skip that part and think you're going to get the same outcome, same benefit. It's going to be watered down no matter how good it sounds. It can sound just as good as someone that actually went to the booth, actually went to the movie trailer, or whatever the case may be. But here's the thing. Even if they came out with bad quality, that would still have the energy behind it to get more support, especially when it got actual people involved and family members and their family members and their friends and their associates. Everybody want to see the job that they have done. That's always going to get more back and support than somebody who just clicked start. And then for the most part, it's a whole movie about your fantasy because you got a small dick, whatever the case. And we ain't got no time for that. What's that? Well, we already got Georgia and the Giant Peach. Oh, sad. We already got Lord of the Rings and stuff like. Oh, sad. We already got Blair Witch and the Nightmare and stuff like. Oh, sad. We already got these movies and stuff that came out of somebody's head. You ain't got to see everything in technology. Oh, sad. Cloverfield. We got a movie like that. Oh, sad. So you can put as many actors in it and stuff like that that you want and stuff. We still ain't gonna see you or whatever the case may be. The monster behind it. I'm saying the monster behind it. Don't forget that. The monster behind it. But yeah. So when we just get into, being in a good position, especially if you're making music. So let's get back on point. The reason why you may have seen the optics appear that Kanye West may have persuaded the audience more than 50. And don't get me wrong, they both had good music at that time. It wasn't better than mine. But don't get me wrong. Due to the fact of that being Kanye West, you got a good industry plant argument. You know what I'm saying? Just how they did Drake or whatever. They get better with it. You know what I'm saying? They get better and better and better with the shit and things of that nature. But for the most part, don't ever get it fucked up. That's how it's substantiated. Because once upon a time, we did these things free and concert based upon ceremony. Not no new powwow prisoner of war shit. You know what I'm saying? Wow, they're prisoners of war, mommy. Not that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you could capitalize something based upon what you know people going to do anyway. And then you don't want to be all ill-hearted to make people think completely like you because over time that becomes more negative and where most of the problems coming from in the first place. So you just see how you can work with individuals' culture that lead to their things that they're doing with it and stuff like that, and see how you could kind of capitalize off of it and keep it in control. So you'll bring other immigrants over here and then make them Beyonces and make them Jay-Z's and Tupacs. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of different Native American shit. But at the same time, here's the thing, right? If you don't have a heavy backing supported by college students, then you're not within that institutionalized system that set up all the qualities for you to even have word of mouth qualities of getting a deal or knowing they pick anybody over you. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's somebody they don't know, at least go to one of their colleges so they can be like, oh, I can give this person to that person that went to a college or this, that, and the third, and that's my brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? So if you're in that circumstance, you could chalk it up. You're already walking through a straight door, always questioning and knocking in on one of the doors. Can you come in or whatever the case may be? You know what I'm saying? But just by you starting off in that situation, they're looking at you like you are already kind of in limbo of if we was to let you in, you won't do the things we need you to do. And also you'll be in a position of thinking you got your own will or whatever the case may be. And don't forget that we just want to play God because it don't go beyond that. I said, if you take it any further than that, you got lost. So it's all about thinking. It really ain't be about money after a while, stuff like that, because you could do something with your money that they don't like. Now it's about the way you think. You know what I'm saying? So it's really all about the way you think. Some ego thing that they develop and try to throw on your ass. You know what I'm saying? When we say they, we talking about regular execs and stuff like that and the individuals that selling stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you got to keep that in mind because people there's a lot of people talking right now in the regular areas and around me and online. People don't know how to think and stuff like that. They be like, man, whoever doing these AI stuffs with Tupac, man, that's phony or whatever the case may be. I wonder who that is. Man, you dumb as fuck, man. If you see something that Tupac starts selling, just go straight to the company and the production company or whatever the case may be. Well, that's who did it. You know what I'm saying? If they ain't do it, they paid the person to do it, to sell the product. You know what I'm saying? Y'all think it's a human. It's always humans. Y'all be thinking stupid at times and get lost. Y'all be getting lost and stuff like that. Things blur away from me and stuff like that. As soon as I see Tupac about to sell something, what was that? Whoever behind it is them. I ain't got nothing to do with nothing else. I don't care about the Tupac no more. I don't even care about the thing who's selling no more. Oh, this is a new scam. That's it. Y'all say I stopped there. I just stopped there. It'd never be going any further in my brain. Everybody else want to get lost in delusion. Oh, they didn't get Tupac eyebrows right. Oh, they put his nose ring on the wrong nostril. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I give a fuck. No. Who getting money? Who getting a check right now? That's my brain. Stop there. That's it. It didn't go any further than that. I don't want to talk to you no more. You probably 2 peanut butter jelly sandwiches away saying let's go to the bar and get drunk. I don't care about what you talking about, dude. They don't care about what you talking about, dude. Real stuff. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. You can talk about AI with your mama. I'm saying, but yeah, just getting into the situation where Kanye West, he's a college dropout, but he got that he wouldn't even be in a position he in without that kind of networking. So you got to know that you ain't involved in nothing in colonization over here, even if you're an immigrant, if you're not involved in, college or the military, you know what I'm saying, or the feds in some way, shape, or form, which is all the same thing. So you got to keep that in mind. Just like what's homegirl name that Nicki Minaj be going in on? The Velez chick, the one that they be saying that's a fed or whatever. What's her name? Watch this. Watch how easy this be. I'm gonna show y'all how natives study. This is how we study. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. What's the female that be with Jay-Z that everybody call a fed? What's her name? Desiree Perez. All right. What college Desiree Perez went to?
Desiree Perez, the CEO of Rock Nation, studied at Long Island University.
Long Island, So that got something to do with the Lenape, the Seneca portion that was part with the Iroquois and things of that nature. So she was never a drug dealer. She was always a fed. She was always she was a what they call it, espionage. So that's why Jay-Z put her at the top of whatever like that or whatever. So Jay-Z, that's who separated Jay-Z from Dame Dash. A whole bunch of CIA espionage and stuff like that. So that's it. It ain't got nothing to do with that. That's what they teach them in college. It ain't got nothing to do with her actually being in the streets and actually. No, whoever was in the streets, they sent her to go fuck the shit out of them. And then goddamn it, it's like they want to play like they Native Americans. Some want to be little kitties. Some want to be fairies. Some want to be butterflies. Some want to be it'd be a lot of them and stuff like that. Stuff. What they call it? It's not seduction. It's strategy. Some bullshit that they got off a pit of Pocahontas movie. It's always stealing from my damn people. Then for the most part, y'all saying y'all getting fucked good and stuff like that. Don't know everything getting recorded. Every picture's taken, every license plate, everything. Then they let your monkey ass go for about 10 years or some shit like that, whatever, until somebody else want to get rich. Because it might be a few old motherfuckers that already got some money. So they be like, you could take that thing. So you'll be like, man, I'm getting watched by 10 years. It don't be by the same people. Because y'all be thinking sometimes it'd be like the government can last for 100 years. Y'all always saying they, man, motherfuckers dying and going to hell just like anybody else and shit like that. No, it's this motherfucker, it's your turn. You going to get money off that. I'm old right now. I said that it'd be like that. Then they fuck up because the descendants don't be doing it as good and shit like that. They fuck up shit and thing. And then we get like American money system right now. We get going through terrors and shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit about broke. America about broke. Don't believe no government talk about that this is engineered. Ain't nobody engineering themselves to go broke. Ain't no way. Ain't nobody make me believe that. I don't believe that part. Y'all tripping. Y'all just winging it. But other than that, they didn't send something. They didn't send her to go fuck the shit out the drug man and made her seem like she was selling drugs and shit. They were talking to her the whole time, just like the Merle Vucci dude, the Ouija dude, the Ouija. All them sore part 3 videos that they was talking about he riding the bike all the way towards east and stuff. Oh, them sore 7 videos. Oh man, that. Those sore 18 video. Oh man. know what I'm saying? Don't give a fuck about Luigi because I don't think Mario need him. Flight boss. No, fuck that. Who say no everything? Everything. The only one in the cockpit, you're not in the plane. The reason you're not in the picture because you're not in the frame. Oh, spaceships. Spaceships. Hey, shout out to all my spaceships out there. NASA, everybody. Shout out my spaceships out there. Oh, sad. Oh, sad. Oh, sad. But yeah, like I said, Kanye West was putting that spectrum because he had a whole college team behind him. Remind you, they was on BET 106 in Park. They wouldn't even, the host wouldn't be on there if they didn't go to College Hill. You know what I'm saying? So AJ Free, Big Tigger, whatever. Let me show you how natives do some research this moment. I'll tell you right now. Big Tigger wouldn't even had no basement. It ain't no natural basement. He ain't pay no rent or nothing. Look, check this out. What college Big Tigger go to? No, not him. Who was that? What college Big Tigger in the basement went to?
Big Tigger attended the University of Maryland.
That's it. Deal with the Pequot, the Powhatan, the Catawbas, the Yamas, all the Tuscarora. Okay, so I see what's going on over there. They trying to learn pottery and stuff like that. You know, take people's music and stuff. Oh, I see what's going on. Trying to learn cooking some good maize, some corned bean and squashes. Oh, so that's why he was always talking about his mother cooking and stuff. You gonna get it? Oh, I get it. Oh, psyop. Who next? What y'all want to do? Kamala Harris? I said, who do you want to do that? It don't matter what it is. Whatever college it is, that's the psyop. Whatever land it was, that's the native culture they took. And that's it. So all you got to do is just know a handful of tribes that was in that city. That's what the Pilgrims came and did the psyop and remixed and took over and stuff like that. Then brought some immigrants and some niggas over here. Now all of a sudden, Akon can get a whole city and got an idiot. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's all you gotta know. You gotta know it's institutionalizing energy and stuff like that. But yeah, so based upon your favorite rappers, man, they got a college student behind them or they went to college. DJ Academics, he wouldn't be nobody if he ain't went to college. So that's why they ain't even using him no more. They using him to psyop everybody. So he ain't being used to spin no record. He ain't being used to bring no new rapper. It ain't about to be no Fabulous like DJ Clue brought. It ain't about to be no, you know what I'm saying? It ain't, who are the other DJs? You know what I'm saying? It ain't about to be all these cats that brought these cats. And not him. He ain't spinning no records. This cat gossiping. You know what I'm saying? So you can forget about him spinning no records. They just got him in college. He met a few white boys, a few India boys, Arab boys, and now it's his boys. They got to play with his booty hole a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And he just thought he was a DJ because he went to college and threw some parties. So he just thought he was a DJ. Well, if that's the case, P. Diddy should be DJ P. Diddy. DJ Puff Daddy. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. You know, shit, what is that? DJ Big Tigger. You ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Who do you think you is? Who you think you is? DJ Quick? You think you is Kid Capri? You must think you Jimmy Walker. You ain't nothing. You just went to college and put you in prison. No. You ain't spin no record. Last artist he tried to promote, we caught him recording Walmart. No. Well, so we know he ain't got no good taste of music, no good judgment, no spin. You was in college spinning records. Shut up, dude. You got fat in college, dude. Your ass was a real DJ, you'd probably slim down a little bit and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck around with a few artists, get some experiences. At least like 2 to 3 artists go upside your head a few times. You know what I'm saying? One rough you up, just shake up your collar a little bit and then get you a Bob Marley neck taller or whatever the case may be. You go through a few positive situations, boom, you'll be in the game. You got a story to tell. Other than that, motherfuckers sitting on their tail. Ain't doing shit. Ain't spinning no records. Motherfuckers call themselves DJs. How? I'm a DJ. I'm doing more DJ than anything. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. But yeah, like I said, it's gonna be those type of situations. So you ain't gonna, man, you might not be in a good light. You could be the hardest in the world, man. If you ain't got that college team behind you, they gonna hate. And if you ain't go to college, you ain't gonna have that certain mind thing, that mind frame, that institutionalized mind frame where I gotta get this dollar, I gotta be the manager over something, I gotta scam somebody, I gotta debate. I got it. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's all that college energy when you in those, not everybody in college, but people who be taking those certain brotherhoods and oaths. These be the the QCs and stuff like that. Like when Young Thug talk about QC and snitch, it's kind of too late. QC wouldn't even have no deal if he wasn't no. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Like, you gotta keep these things 100. Like, I'm from the hood, man. Don't get mad at me, man. Don't get mad at me because we see these things already and we ain't involved in these things. Oh, I'm saying, no, you ain't got to get mad. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Like, we just know what's going on. What college QC go to? You know what I'm saying? What college QC from Atlanta go to?
Pierre Thomas, the co-founder of Quality Control Music, the QC you likely mean from Atlanta, didn't go to a 4-year college.
Uh-oh.
Instead, he and the other founders chose to focus on building their record label in Atlanta's music scene.
Nah. He gave a few names then. Ain't no way you ain't going to college. Nah, I'm from the hood. Anybody who just popped up out of nowhere, they was in jail last week for a Draco or M16 or something like that. Then next week, all this sudden, they had a record label. That's the only time. Like, you ain't get, nah, hold on. Hey, you need to start on YouTube. I started on YouTube, dude. Nah, dude, you know what I'm saying? Nah, trust me, I know what I'm talking about. He just sold a little bit of too many bricks probably too early and saying too many names too early before he had any rappers, before he knew Young Thug. You know what I'm saying? But you got to believe that. That's the only way. You ain't allowed to run around here and have your own corner store. And government don't know about it. Who was you? You know what I'm saying? Let's go about shit. You about to get some native treatment real fast. Europeans be quick on their toes. You see how they is on YouTube. They be quick on their toes. Who's this? What? We ain't got nothing to do with no property tax. This don't exist then. This ain't Christianity. This ain't... You know what I'm saying? They start thinking real good to make a scorched earth program again. They ain't make up anything. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't did nothing and stuff like that. They say y'all terrorizing the hood and stuff like that. Y'all playing music too loud. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. They do anything. They didn't say anything. Get your ass off the block. So ain't no way QC had many artists in your thing. Ain't no way you got many artists. Ain't no way. I'm saying, ain't no way you ain't been in that goddamn APD office a few goddamn times in the Atlanta Police Department. You know what I'm saying? You got to know somebody to know somebody to know somebody. Part of a colonist descendant. For you could do anything on any of these streets that's still Native American names. Oh, I'm saying, don't get the game messed up. Like, I don't know where y'all be leaping, jumping fast because y'all be needing roofs over y'all head. I get it. Y'all be needing clothes on y'all back. I get it. Y'all be needing food in y'all mouths. I get it. Y'all got kids. A lot of y'all got kids and stuff. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Get your money and stuff like that. I'm just saying. You could be in a position where you're not colleged up, not militaried up, and they don't have to tell you that's what it's doing because it's like it's normal. But you could be putting in a lot of work and then get discouraged. And that's what this ultimately is about. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of individuals, especially when it comes to Gen Z. Then AI and stuff like that, you don't even have nothing to look forward to. It's not enticing. It's almost like humanity and society have reached a peak or something like that. I don't know what's going on, but it's nothing for Generation Alpha and Generation Z, whatever that's called, to look forward to. And then their only examples is us millennials. And this thing. And then for the most part, when you get past that, you just got a bunch of people that's winging it. And if they think they got it right, they're going to be speaking for that side. So they still old and outdated. You might hear conservatism or Republican out their mouth, or Democrat and liberal out their mouth. And in their mind, they're just basically talking about whoever's struggling and poor and need welfare, that's considered liberal and Democrat, and whoever about their business or try to get their own establishment or whatever the case may be, that's conservative or Republican. But I mean, that don't have anything to do with anybody in the suburbs or the urban area. Also, I don't know why even people be thinking like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why people think like that, because, like, let's say you another ethnicity and you think you conservative, but you don't got no business that more money gonna come out of your stuff to help poor people or whatever the case may be, even if it was liberals or Democrats or whatever the case may be. And then for you to save more money, you ain't in no position to create no liberal situation yourself. You don't even help out your own family. So it just looked like it don't make no sense for other ethnicities, just for probably Europeans or people from India and stuff like that, and Arabs, but it don't necessarily look right for we already know Native Americans not included, African Americans, and pretty much and everybody else that's blended in, and Puerto Ricans and everybody and stuff like that. It don't like conservatism don't necessarily, even if you do want to keep all your money, you didn't see a difference when it was Democrat going in. You ain't had no business that they was taking money out your shit. Half of y'all weren't even making a lot of money that you pay taxes at the end of the year. You was receiving income taxes and stuff like that. So a lot of y'all just be talking or whatever. And let's say you is over a tax bracket where you paying taxes at the end of the year or whatever the case may be. All right, you a slave. It ain't got nothing to do with you praising or whatever. You claiming you got more money. The reason why you can't help nobody is because you just barely making it your damn self. So you just don't got no culture. That's what that's about. It ain't really got nothing to do with anything else. But shout out to all the Republicans and all the Democrats. Y'all do y'all thing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just be having problems with y'all being other people's way. Don't nobody be in y'all way. Y'all just like to be in other people's way. And it don't make no sense. Then y'all start speaking for everybody. Y'all only 30% now. And it's y'all fault. It's y'all fault for speaking crazy and y'all only speaking to each other. It'd be like a small pocket of white people and a small bucket of black people that's part of these college cults. So it's only them and the military and coming up with arguments they ain't involved in. Not even a family and stuff like that. Like, it just be weird. Just like you'll have a whole bunch of black people, well, African Americans, but black people, but this new version of it, you could tell they from the military or college, because here they go start saying they indigenous or they was here first or they never got brought over here or something like that. Who taught you that? That don't even make no sense. You ain't around no actual black people or around no Native Americans. That wouldn't even come out your mouth. That don't even make no sense. Like, your mother never would tell you that. Your father would never tell you that. And your family should take pride in whatever circumstance, especially the Caribbeans or whatever the case. These people online is people just in the military and college. So they're not around their actual family talking about stuff they do when they're at work or when they're online and stuff like that. So that's why they sound crazy. And then they sound like they be trying to teach other people and stuff like that. And then it don't make no sense. Like Dan Alwaez and stuff. They don't make no sense. Like, your mother wouldn't tell you that. You know what I'm saying? So who is you teaching or whatever the case may be? You don't know no history of the land or whatever the case or nothing. So what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about? It's like trying to tell people something that you don't even know what you is, and then you online trying to get monetized about it. So we have to try to make sense of that. So a lot of times it just be boiling down to CIA and stuff like that. But other than that, I don't know why they always get involved into that. I would do something better, you know what I'm saying, to try to get round everybody up. So that's all that is. That's a round them up energy. They're trying to round up black people right now or whatever. So they be using other type of FBI, like FBA or Pan African and all this type of stuff. These people just out here for talking points. So they like white boys. They got white boy spirits and Caribbean skin. You know what I'm saying? All of them, the reason why they ain't from Africa, was the Caribbean in Africa? That's why they from Africa. Or not from Africa. They was born in the Caribbean or something like that. Yaku. So you know what I'm saying? So they don't got no sense. So all they want to do is be rappers and stuff like that, and singers and orators and talk to a bunch of strangers. But people need to understand there is no such thing as talking to a bunch of strangers. I mean, I know they're trying to make that how it is on YouTube, so they call us influencers. But truly, we got up here before y'all jumped y'all monkey asses up here and trying to make us influencers. We was talking to our people. You know what I'm saying? And we're doing things around our people already. So y'all just making things weird to the people. And when you do that to so many people, it become 70% of America at the moment. So now it's just like 30% of America that's in college and military practicing psyops on the people. So it look weird. You know what I'm saying? It's like weird. So it's like you ain't helping America, you hurting America. And it's only a 30% trying to represent America. And it don't even lead to America stuff. It lead to Israel, it lead to Palestine, it lead to some FBA's arguments or some stupid stuff, or some Myron Gain argument. That not even immigrants is involved in. So many immigrants over here and things of that nature. All you hear is don't Puerto Rican stuff like it's just too many other people. So the way we have to get down with each other in real life, we don't have time for that. And then when we get online trying to get on our 1-2, we get blocked from what appears to have a bunch of dumb people that only got time for that. So they just depressed in their life and want to talk about stupid stuff in politicians or what Europeans doing all day. So they ain't got no creativity or nothing. And man, all of us other ethnicities trying to make it, trying to get it. And I got a piece of African like y'all, maybe small, but still. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all should understand it. Everybody trying to make it So, for an example, even when people making videos about robots getting ready to take over and stuff, nobody want to hear that shit and things of that nature. Especially, you know how many people out here can't even afford shit. Who about to afford a robot? Who about to afford their phone bill and stuff like that? So it could be robots or AI all it won't. But where can it go if no one can afford it? No one care about it, man. So it's just about to be a small group of people who rich. Then what? You can't just be no small group of people that's rich and then everybody else gonna make up their own clothes, make up their own food, make up their own stuff. Like, and eventually you gonna want to get paid again. So you just gonna cosplay again and try to what they call that, assemble again. But when you control it, you try to make it seem like you assembling. You try to make it seem like, but if all we see is what we already doing being colonized, actually we're not assembling. We're just being slaves to do what we already doing for someone else. We already on the land. We got to pay property. We already made our own food and got our own culture. Is in a grocery store somewhere. We already run our own government and things of that nature. It got to be filtered through that type of stuff. See what I'm saying? So it's just weird. None of it makes sense. Unless we start seeing some talent, some good orators, some good religious people, some good musicians, some good sports people. We don't see that from the people that's colonizing the most, though. So it's hard to give that side of it credit. So it's not, we can't really say anyone assembling to anything. It's another type of assembling and then making an excuse to why you got to be somewhere else doing what other people are doing, but control it in some type of way. So it can only be sarcasm from it or negativity spoken about it or praising it or in some way, shape, or form. Like stuff that kind of don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, for an example, I shouldn't even bring this up. But like Trump making Columbus Day again over Indigenous Day. First of all, it wouldn't be no argument for Indigenous Day if people ain't forcing people to celebrate some made up holiday in the first place. That's copied from Native American holy days in the first place. So it's like people arguing with themselves. I don't know if people just old. I know it don't really even really got nothing to do with Trump. This is a whole bunch of people watching online and keeping we got our finger on the pulse. Then they write these scripts and give it to everybody as far as politicians. And Trump is just another one of them. But for the most part, just how they set him up to make sure he was on WWF at a time, make sure he was in Bobby Brown video. These are teams setting people up that go to colleges, right? So it's just about, I guess, quote unquote African Americans. That's this new version. Black people spirit is so weak at the moment, and they can't arouse anybody. It's only people like me and Native Americans fighting. You know what I'm saying? So now they got to do psyops on us. So, and then make black people think they're indigenous, and then hopefully they could cause some race bait wars. But they be telling you, with the small pocket of white and black people, they be telling you what they doing. They call themselves race baiters or whatever. That's a made up thing, though. Like, you shouldn't even be talking to strangers. Go talk to your own people. And here's the thing. If you're doing some qualities other people like, you'll gravitate other people to you, and people will want to utilize your attributes and come see you, and you're bringing people to you. And then if you going out, it's because on those bases, and you got your people with you, and it's people coming in a communion. Anything other than that is monetary gain. It's not real. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. And you talking to the air. You're not necessarily talking to any agreeable individuals, unless it's the people you're making money with. That's pretty much it. Anything else is just a talk power warriorship type concept. But when it comes to these situations, these don't really help nobody or whatever the case, because there ain't no creativity being brought to the table, and it's all about sarcasm. So it's just people want to talk. But if you ain't really got no debate or whatever the case may be, motherfuckers ain't worried about that shit anyway. For an example, me, other individuals, all the way down to getting off of that and getting back into the Christopher Columbus thing. No one cares about holidays in general. So people just talking to themselves. I mean, y'all can celebrate that to yourselves. The little 30%, the little piece of, I guess, other ethnicities that don't care about it, the few that want to act like pilgrims themselves, and then Americans and that celebrate it. That don't really have anything to do with nobody else, though. But so the moment it get broadcast like it's supposed to be some worldwide thing, that's when it starts to cross boundaries. Like, what's the point? It's not making anybody mad. It's making yourself look foolish. Like, you're trying to make other people think like you, and if they don't think like you want to show somebody some fake power of no one cares about anyway. No one cares about holidays in general. Damn sure don't care about Thanksgiving. I'm saying they don't care about none of that shit. So Like, it's this think power warriorship. Why do y'all fight over mental concepts? That's like childish in the spiritual world. So it shows lack of creativity or boredom, or having an idle mind at the devil's playground, or eating mama's butter cookies. You know what I'm saying? Or some stupid ass shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got nothing to do with anything. It just got something to do with just being Dennis the Menace. Gotta remember, it's multitudes of people. So it ain't just about Native Americans. East India, Arab slash Asians, nobody call them in the, don't care about that. They got their own stuff. Same way y'all copy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 from them. The Asians don't give a fuck about that shit. They got their own stuff. Same way everybody could go to the China store right now, get some Chinese food, or the Japanese store and get some cheap ass open toe sandals. But at the same time, I don't understand the heavy invested energy that people are in that just expose you're bored and you don't have nothing to do in some way, shape, or form. But that's how these things look like. But until humanity start to become evolved in the mind and physically, start to develop some more talent in some way, shape, or form, then we won't be at a standstill. I think right now we have reached a peak. And for the most part, it can't be leaning and supporting on these college students and the military, because if they about to be the ones that's teaching us business, entertainment, education, religion, and politics, and religion and everything, these people are not qualified for life. There's no one who's in college or and not everybody, just these involved in these books type of way of thinking about life. There's no one that's actually prepared for life. So you need some type of system to be on a land that don't know anything in that nature. But I can't come to you to help with farming, stitching nothing together, whatever the case may be. I will have to present something to you, and then you will have to figure out how to colonize it or capitalize off of it or something like that. And then if I'm not acting right, just X me out of it and then come up with some coping mechanism like you're doing the right thing, taking the talent and giving it to someone that's more into your system or something like that. And at some point, individuals that's even involved in that gonna know that they're doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? That they're gonna know that they have to build up their own talent to themselves eventually. Eventually, pardon me, everything ain't just about being a top power warrior. Eventually, you got to be the example for your people. You know what I'm saying? In some way, shape, or form. And if your people is just some melting pot, that this ain't no melting pot, but your college family or whatever, but then start to teach that. You know, when it comes to relationships, marriage, teach individuals should marry within the college tribe that they went through. You shouldn't be out in the world just dealing with regular people. Then it's not enough of y'all. So you guys are just playing toxic right now, or just being degenerate, and it's not enough of you guys degeneracy to be normal. So please don't make reality normal right now, unnormal, because or y'all have went too far online already. You know what I'm saying? There's too many perverts, Pee Wee Herman descendants. You know what I'm saying? Martin Luther King descendants. There's too many people lost in the sauce that just want to talk, and you want to go talk to strangers and create like some dumb system that y'all want to frustrate each other and argue amongst each other and harm each other, and then try to involve other individuals. We're not going. We're already where the mind go, the body go. We're already in the mental territory. So physically, the only thing that'll work is a territory. You know what I'm saying? So that's like all Native Americans being in one area. If Africans want to all be in one area, and then it's just certain locations everybody could go to, like an amusement park or something like that, that everybody is together or whatever the case may be. But it seemed like it's been like 300 years and y'all still don't know how to think properly. So y'all still fighting in the mind like childs, like childish, like kids. It's all mental thought warrior. Ain't about no solutions, ain't about nothing. It's about how well can you be a think power warrior. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here for everybody who didn't even go to college, but you still want a career. You know what I'm saying? Because career is something you start for free, and that's the only thing that's getting duplicated off of anyway. You might just not know the way. So for the most part, that's why I'm here. And I'm bringing college courses, and I actually have a college. So for the most part, you're still getting initiated into a form of college. It's just more right. It's just more righteous for God. You know what I'm saying? So you're not getting taught to do no psyop on others. You're getting taught to develop your creativity as gold, and you're also going to be able to melt it as the cobalt mine also to be able to, you know, get your value and reap what you benefit off of it also, and keep it in a substituted position where wherever that came from, there's more, whether mentally or physically. And that goes to curriculum. So, and due to the fact of these spreadsheets, y'all will be able to compare and contrast, because a lot of individuals will be like, you ain't go to college or you ain't finished high school or whatever. So how would you even know what you talking about? All right, that's going to be up for the test. Trust me, it ain't nothing deep. It ain't like I don't know. And I know a lot of people in college anyway. But for the most part, it's going to be up for people to compare and contrast the curriculum itself, and the outcome is going to matter, because the intent is the seed and the fruit is the outcome. And we're going to see what's more intelligent, and ain't nobody even deeper than me. So I don't want nobody to think that it's a college curriculum that I'm unaware of, that I don't look at as childlike. You better believe it. You in college debt right now for some shit I could have taught you in a day. And please don't go to school, don't go to no college for to be no damn astrophysics or no astrology or whatever. Okay, you about to learn light travel, and you about to be in college debt for some shit I could teach you in one day. Way more simpler. Way more simple. Their argument would be like, he used words like simpler, Pacific, right? So here we go. Think, Power Warrior. But if I just go ahead and speak my language, you wouldn't know shit, and I still know more than you, whether I bastardize your shit or not. So what we talking about? You know what I'm saying? What we talking about is as far as deserving. Now, so I just want to all my up and coming rappers, comedians, or whatever, right? Think Power Warriorship is being taught in these colleges and military. So before you even get scouted out to be discovered, it's a doctrine of discovery on their mind. You're going to get a lot of sarcasm thrown at you first. That lets you know that their eyes is on you or whatever that you're doing if they don't name you. Then, slowly but surely, maybe a few weeks, a month later, you can start to see a person or two, a female or a dude, start to play out what you're doing. Then, if you start to act like or go against it, you might think the people that's involved and this person don't know about you. So you'll think you trying to get lit. But trust me, I've been there and done that. I used to diss currency a lot and things of that nature. Like, how you rap about cars all the time, but you talking about jet life? It don't even make no sense. Like, but it wasn't even no reason. He not native here, nothing. He ain't got nothing to do with nothing about nothing. So there ain't no reason to be. I deleted all that shit. But for the most part, right, then start playing on your emotions or whatever the case may be. So you need to know this is what they're teaching these people, what us natives used to do to the early Europeans when they was coming over here, having to learn our ways but live up under our government. So that went for a whole 200 years living up under our government, then learning how to get down or whatever and bringing other people over here and then start to get rid of us and stuff like that, downsize us basically. But other than that, it's just a emotional bondage. See how much you could deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Emotionally, and we used to do it physically too. Wrap your feet around, put you on the end of a horse or whatever, or whoop you and make you go in a line and everybody and stuff like that to see how much you can endure it. And then you could be in the tribe. That's how we did Chief Blue Jacket. He was a white boy. You know what I'm saying? But he got initiated in and stuff like that. The initiation. We created initiation energy, all that. Like what y'all getting right now in America, this is some watered down stuff that white boy just over exaggerated and start doing it on everybody else in the world and stuff like that. That's why it's always cosplaying energy coming from them. Or it's always, I need to change history. I need to make everybody else think they ain't somebody, but I need to be that. But let me do it in a sarcastic way type stuff. But that's as far as it goes. Other than that. So, but this college curriculum that I'm bringing to the table, it outweighs everything. The first thing I'm bringing right now tonight is parapsychology. Parapsychology. So it's in that category of the college. But I'm going all the way down to law, math, everything. So y'all, calculus ain't a thing. Trigonometry ain't a thing. Algebra ain't a thing. Algebra ain't nothing. But I'm just saying the depths of. So you will know the space a person was in to even say m equals square. To let you know that ain't about nothing unless you're working with a certain coil. And then it don't even mean nothing towards that. It's another manifesto. Like George Washington, Christopher Columbus, it was the generals. M equals square. What's homeboy name? Albert Einstein. It's just a collection of white boys coming up with their gods. But these ain't even be people. You know what I'm saying? Like Nikola Tesla and shit. You probably hear a story. Oh, they stole Nikola Tesla and took his credit. No, that's because you being another ethnicity probably did that in today's time and they took your credit. For you and your people to stop bitching, they'll bring somebody, some imaginary person that's them, just like Shakespeare, utilizing the 17 energy, right? That sort of 1 equals 8. Seeing the emotional direction of how something feel from the 1 and observing the direction of that, the 7. And then for the most part, putting that together, creating a magic square around it to keep your mind and a mind frame. And then for the most part, they can know how you think when they show images to you. So they make certain commercials, certain movies and stuff like that. And they know they get ready to get rich, or they know they get ready to affect you, or they know they get ready to put somebody in prison due to the fact of how you affect it. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to call that witchcraft, it's just la la la. But you know what I'm saying? People want to call that witchcraft and stuff like that. But it's like simple as like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, your mind all messed up and stuff like that. Based upon you need money. If you ain't need no money, you wouldn't be paying attention to none of that shit in the first place and shit like that. That's why anytime something happens, there's always a reward. Because they know ain't nobody giving a fuck about shit. Let's go pay some bribery. Yeah. A lie, there's no such thing as a lie without bribery. Unless you're about to talk about it being the same thing, synonymous on the opposite possession of a truth. And a truth just means being aware of something that which you was aware of previously, that could debunk it, or that could be a better substantiated form than the previous one. So if you thought 4 plus 4 equals 6, and then you realize 4 plus 4 equals 8, now you know the truth. You know that 4 plus 4 ain't 6. So when you realize something else that was better than something you was previously in, that just means the truth. But it really don't mean the truth of the matter. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times the truth is a person could be lying, and they can still be utilizing some false truth. I mean, some truth to it. Still lying. So they can still be telling you 4 plus 4 equals 8. That don't mean the reason they telling you that ain't to convince you to rock you to sleep in another attribute, and then that was the truth or something. They just use a truth to put you in a lie. So sometimes you got to realize this is some bribery. You got something that they need, some want. If it ain't got nothing to do with something that they trying to get from you, ain't no such thing as a lie. No such thing as a lie. So a lie ain't even a lie for real. A lie is just someone who lacks something and they trying to get it from someone else. Did we call it lie? And manipulation ain't manipulation. What we call it manipulation is just someone lying. And a lie ain't a lie. It's just someone who don't got something and they trying to hide what they really want but still get it. That's it. We got to know what we actually doing. And we don't be knowing what we actually doing. We'll be out here using words and claiming we something special and shit like that. We don't never get away with nothing. So how we get away with it? How? And God see everything. I'm saying real shit. So you got to peep game. But yeah, so if you're an up and coming rapper, singer, comedian, actor, actress, you know what I'm saying? If you went to college, you already know what you got going on. If you ain't go to college, do know if you're competing or you're going somewhere, it ain't always got something to do with your talent. That person won, or it seemed like it's some in-house favoritism thing going on because they all connected. You don't have to over-exaggerate it. You don't got to think it's haters or whatever. Go figure out what one of the colleges they went to. And that's all you need to know. Oh, okay, they have brotherhood or sisterhood. That's how they already know each other. Or that's how it's already going on. Or that's how it's already clicking. So for the most part, all you gotta do is separate yourself from the situation. You know what I'm saying? So you might not be around no Native Americans to be able to put you onto that type of game, because you don't know how colleges was made in the first place. Colleges was made in the first place to get rid of Native. That's the first military, and steal the stuff there and replace it with immigrants. So the Statue of Liberty, they might tell you something else on Google. That's wrong. The Statue of Liberty, French gave that to the Americans because it's a predecessor. I mean, it's a praise for this going to be the land for immigrants, the free land for immigrants. So people who teach America or comment to America is white boy doing this, get rid of Native Americans, and then utilizing others to come over here on the free land. And that's what it means. It don't mean nothing else. See what I'm saying? I mean, you can try to praise it all you want. You just praising degenerates. But at the same time, it's truly nonsense. It don't even make no sense. But this is what people like to praise because they don't have anything else to praise. So that's the only reason you even see them even talking about the holiday, Christopher Columbus or whatever the case may be. It's like people ain't got nothing else to do. Oh, however, right? But at the end of the day, it's all about money. So let's not forget that. Do people know how to handle money or not? Do people know how to come up with solutions or not? Do people know how to be relatable or in sync or not? And that's the only thing that should matter. Should never even sit around and pay attention to no retards that's degenerates for no reason. You know what I'm saying? And that's a form of intelligence that need to be taught in forms of colleges also. You know what I'm saying? That outweighs whatever this Christianity, Abrahamic religion got y'all lost in the sauce and can't handle y'all emotions in the first place and things of that nature. So, you know, it's ill in the mind. But at the same time, before this blue collar, white collar energy goes so high on a percentage scale, you have to know what you're dealing with and what you're working with. And a lot of times, you know, if you ain't got no college backing or no support, then this is why you may be in a situation that you start to seem as unreal. But for the most part, you know you're talented, but you're still getting misplaced, right? And let's say you are so talented and you make your way. They got this debate type of energy. So this is where you're getting all these beefs and hip hop from. College kids setting that up, feds, you know what I'm saying, military. You know, they all think like colonists, Europeans. So it's about challenging people, challenging culture, or whatever the case may be. It ain't about nothing else. Unless somebody's trying to be somebody's manager about something. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? People just need to know, don't try to work too hard. You know, you put yourself into a situation where you think that you need to network here, network there. It's not about that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, just to even get a deal, a person have to sit back and look at your social security card and see if you actually went through these filter systems, because that's what they're suggesting from a distance, if you're even qualified for you to be someone that they care about or not. And if it ain't that, then you have to be like very poor or whatever the case may be, and then they can utilize you to infiltrate a lot of other things and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like how they did DJ Academics to do a psyop on Chicago, Atlanta, and New York. You know what I'm saying? The moment you heard DJ Academics start mentioning New York rappers like he liked them, the moment you start seeing them catch RICO charges and Bobby Smurder and them, the moment you start hearing DJ Academics start saying Chicago rappers like he liked them, the moment they start dying off faster and catching RICO charges. Then slide over to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? The moment you start hearing DJ Academics start saying, yeah, Atlanta is this right now, Atlanta is that right now, then they start catching RICO charges. So it's all like a big filter system that if you're not part of their stuff, and then you always get your 1-2, you might be the best rapper in somebody's group. You ain't the leader or nothing like that. You ain't Otis Williams in the Temptation, because Otis Williams went to college. You know what I'm saying? The other people probably didn't. Blue ain't go. Otis, David Ruffin ain't go to college. So you know what I'm saying? You got to think about these things. Real shit. What college did Otis Williams from the Temptations go to?
Otis Williams from the Temptations didn't go to a traditional college. However, he received an honorary doctorate from Stillman College in 2006 for his contributions to music.
Nah. He went to the college way back then, too. There ain't no way he was out here. These cats went to some school. These cats be connected. Even though he was at a time where white people was just trying to get rich, or 1961. So I'm gonna cut him some slack. 1960. But once you start getting into the 90s, oh yeah, you got to go into college. Ain't no more of that other type of stuff, right? You got to be initiated. You know what I'm saying? Once the CIA is made and stuff like that from the 60s, and then they did all those tests and stuff like that, then they went on ahead and filtered that into the college system and the military system. So once you get to the late 1980s and then the 90s and stuff like that, you're getting this infiltrated into the colleges now. So you a person that's coming up in these things thinking it's normal and thinking you're going to the going home, making your parents proud or whatever the case may be. But then that was at that time. Now is at a more weird time where culture is more important than ever. Because without a culture, you can't protect your people or your children, especially if you up some age and you got children that's getting ready to go to college. And let's say they get degrees, or let's say they get ready to be musicians and stuff like that. You're just somewhere saying, "Oh, look at your suit and tie," or "Look at your dress. You're so nice." You don't know that you threw your kid up under the bus just by them going to college, right? They're automatically mixed in with feds, CIA, and stuff like that. So the moment your kid relationship probably made up, all kind of shit. And the moment your kid start thinking a certain way that doesn't suit the way they think that they should be doing with their money, they kill your kid. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. You like, oh, my kid was so special. They had good grades. They went to college. Like, yeah, they went to college, military. That's it. It's over. They're in the white man hands. You know what I'm saying? You need a culture. You need why you think so many Native Americans, why you think we got so many of our own colleges? For that type of shit. From border school and all that type of shit. This is the only reason Ohio would have had reservations. If they didn't just get rid of all of them and stuff like that. And I would have already been in it. They made my mother's mother, uh, grandmother, all of them assemble into ghettos, into urban areas. So if you don't have anything, you only could live with friends, people. So you don't have anything no more. You're forced to live with all these other people that somehow seem like got a welfare system. All the way to black people. Black people is in way better situations because they all militaried up, or whatever the case may be. So it's like this is who people have to live with. These type of people. People in the military. This type of person. This person and stuff like that. So eventually you just building friends and stuff like that, but you have nothing of your own. You're not on your land no more. You're being pushed to Ohio, pushed to other areas and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But at some point, everybody ain't dealing with that to know what kind of situation, how you being held back, and how far you have to understand things that people is naturally in already. So it could be derogatory things. Like I always talk about my high school stories and junior high. I don't want to get on to that. Whoever been watching me for a long time, you know, this would make me DoelowDaPilotman. But at some point, just the minor situations that you have to see and stuff like that, and how other people is normal. It's like it's a normal thing. Like you might hear somebody say something that even to themselves it is derogatory to themselves. But if you know that they don't have like I guess parents or people around them, aunties or someone with common sense, they don't know how crazy they sound. And then they end up getting into high school. They end up going to college. And these be the people who end up being in the most type of situation of not knowing how to deal with life eventually. Because they was running off a template of, oh, I should do this because this is acceptable. Or I should do this because never having no culture or something you went through that no matter what, that grounds you. So all your grounding energies come from things that's non-grounded. And it could be someone who's in that same situation as you that you meet in school or you meet somewhere else. That they're just more grounded in a situation you ain't. Everybody got a talent where someone else don't, but that play out beyond talent. And you would think that they may got it together in an area that you're not seeing that how they got it at home. And then for the most part, you would chalk that up, not knowing that they might be going through the same thing in another type of situation. But due to the fact of that disconnection and stuff like that, you will over exaggerate someone and got it better than you or whatever, and then it's be extremely hard on yourself and stuff. And a lot of people be in those type of situations. Now, I'm not saying I was in that type of situation. I was always the most talented, creative, or whatever. But I'm just saying, right? Just the simple fact that you could just be in some type of what they making it now a melting pot, and there's so many people along with their parents and stuff like that, just Walt Disney out. So they don't even know when they're being disrespectful to other people's culture and really to themselves too. And it'd be weird and stuff like that. And then these people, when they start to really want to find themselves, and then it's too late, they ain't got no culture, nothing to back themselves that help them develop a moral system, that it didn't matter what, that ground them. They don't have the things, or it lessened up on a percentage scale of the things that they was grabbing to ground them. And these things was ungrounded, unsustainable. So they drive themselves crazy for being more greed, more money, or more of the things that was giving them attention, or being more hateful, or killing themselves. You know what I'm saying? These ain't energies that we supposed to be in. You're supposed to learn how to handle life and ground yourself, then go out and develop your creativity and stuff like that. And that's what I'm here to teach also. So y'all know I'm not racist. I'm not in no hatred energy or whatever the case may be. And bringing up history is just to present nuance to what me and a lot of other individuals beyond everybody is going through. And everybody needs senses of closure and stuff like that so they can spend more time with their creativity. I'm just like a numinal. You know what I'm saying? These things don't affect me in that way that I ain't about to be the shit. That it actually makes me be like, I matter. I'm about to show motherfuckers I matter. You know what I'm saying? In some way, shape, or form, I matter in this goddamn shit. And I'm about to outweigh everybody in any kind of way. Mentally, physically, intellectually. What? You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm here to do, regardless how somebody else's think. But I think that's a better path that everybody should think, because guess what? I keep my hands to myself and my own curriculum, or whatever the case may be. I'm not going to have somebody that's in a super opposing position even make me care about it that much that it throw me off of my own talent, my own creativity, what I'm building for me to be who I am. You know what I'm saying? And that's always first. or I'm bored, or I got an idle mind, or I ain't got no sense. And I'm not the type of person that like to be a person who looked at who ain't got no sense. I'm sorry, I don't like to be looked at as retarded. I got a Virgo, goddamn it, South Node. So I didn't study like millions of ways of how millions of other people could look stupid in a million different ways. And I'm trying, I pass A in every one of them. I try to before I even manifest a situation for myself. Eventually, weeks, months go past, I don't be in retarded situations. So I stay on my one too. Or at least I'm not the retarded one in the situation. That's it. I'm saying that's all that matters. I can't really speak for anybody else. But when we get ourselves in check, that's all that matters. And when everybody do that, guess what happens from the internal to the outside? Everybody be in check. So it's about some self thing first. Then everybody do it to themselves. It's already outside in the world. If you know how to love yourself, you already know how to push that in the world. Everybody got love in the world. Because even when you get ready to give it, you know that you're giving it to a person that looked like they went through the same type of situation that you went through. So they know what to give. And they know that they're not in a situation of taking. So they know what it looked like. And they know how to separate from a person that know how to give it and got it for themselves than a person that's just out here lingering and don't got it. So they're just in search to take. And they might be playing a synthetic illusion around it in order to open up that stargate to get it or whatever the case. Then once they get it, swallow it up, they're disposed wherever they got it from. And we don't need you being a person having your heart being a disposable object at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit, you want to cry. This like made me feel like I could sing. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. But other than that, yeah, that's the circumstance people need to take. So people gonna. So yeah, this next live stream is gonna be Patreon only though. It might be on the regular thing though, but as soon as it go off, it's gonna be on Patreon. Then I'm gonna drop the book or whatever the case may be. So when I start dropping the classes, also to update it on the parapsychology, right? It's gonna be to go in depth. So the book just adds a layer so people know what's going on, and you have some ramification. Then it's gonna be an open panel type thing too, that add people in the classes and stuff. Parapsychology, knowing there's different characteristics of someone right in front of you. There's the characteristics of this over our personal characteristics. We're looking at just the energy of it itself, just looking for them, just lookership. And for the most part, you pick up the energy before we give it a word, and then that piggies back into a lot of other characteristics that we didn't blend it in so much. We didn't forgot how to align with ourselves and interact with all different individuals and ethnic groups and stuff like that. To them, and it's going to be the actual parapsychology that goes beyond any form of when anybody else is talking about it, stuff like that. And it's the ground root basis of your mind structure too. But yeah, I love all y'all from the bottom of my heart. Flight boss, bitch, you know. For sure. You're not listening to the Mind of that Trace Moon. I'm the Royal Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. They trying to play in my numbers.